Okay, let's try that again. For some reason, I did not realize that if I'm not added to the stream, I cannot share my volume. So, always learning with StreamYard. Take two. I'm in the stream, sharing my screen, hoping that you can hear me. You've been reading a book that will change your beliefs, James Clear's Atomic Habits, which is very important because in that book, it talks about how to create change in your life using your identity. Your identity is made up of your beliefs. Very interesting, very handy. So, I wanted to share with you today the NLP coaching model. As an NLP coach, we recognize that higher order change is easier change. Behavior is at a very lower order. It is a very hard place to start when you're changing your results. Now, what's interesting that you can't see in this diagram is actually environment is even a lower order change. Very, very easy to change. So when you put yourself in a new environment, your new behaviors automatically happen because of what you're surrounded with. In the making it obvious section of James Clear's book, that law, make it easy, make it obvious, change your environment to make your habits easier to have happen, that is lower order change, which is easy to edit as long as you're conscious of it. It's often something you're not conscious of, however, which is why it becomes so difficult. Very seldom do we realize until we read a book like James Clear's that we create our environment and then it creates us. Trying to be conscious of that and conscious of what we have in our environment can help us make our new habits more easily attainable, more natural. So I just want to talk you through why there's so much time spent in the foundations on changing your beliefs about who you are, how motivated you are, and why that's so valuable. Because if you believe you're naturally a procrastinator, I'm a procrastinator, I'm not very motivated, I'm lazy, those are very negative limiting beliefs, right? They do not take you in the direction you want to go. Unless you're an automation specialist and they inspire you to automate all the things, but there's only a few of us out there that are like that. So your beliefs lead to the story you tell yourself. Is going to be really hard. This is going to take a lot more energy than I have. This is going to be exhausting. That story leads to an emotional state. Naturally, predictably, irreversibly, right? Your thoughts create your emotions. So then you have this state of fatigue, of overwhelm, of just feeling imposter syndrome or like it can't be done. What are the natural behaviors you would do in that state? Reach out and call people, connect, be bold, go post on LinkedIn, go call somebody, right? No. When you are feeling this level of negativity, you're not writing your book. You're not reaching out to your network. You're not connecting with potential clients. You're not calling existing customers. What are the results you get in that situation? Same old, or worse, right? This is why a downward spiral can feel like a trap you can't get out of. Now let's change those beliefs. Let's flip that and look at the beliefs of I just need the science. I need to understand my brain and I can do anything. I am constantly growing. Let's try out new ways and experiment. My personality isn't permanent. My identity is malleable, editable, intentional. All I need to do is become objective about it so I stop being subject to it. Those create some pretty amazing thoughts. I can do this. What do I need to do to make this easier and more effortless? And an emotional state that has more energy, more oomph, more capability to it, that you more naturally do those behaviors that you actually want to do that lead to these results. Now you'll see there's a few questions. What's your current situation? What results are you getting you'd like to change? What kind of behaviors are leading to that result you do not want? What would you have to tell yourself to behave in the way that is leading to that result? And what are you believing about yourself to think this way? That's looking at where you are now, which is a lot easier when you have a tool to do the opposite, isn't it? Right? If you're just like, oh, why? Then you don't get inspired to actually dig in and make change. So then you look at your desired situation. What results would you like to get? If you haven't done this work, it's really hard to decide what habits to create because you don't know where you're going, right? Set your GPS. Then what behaviors, actions, activities will create that result? What kind of person is able to perform that way? What would you have to believe about yourself or the world to be that kind of person? And this is how you do intentional higher order change. Hope this is helpful. I'm going to post a question later today about what have you learned? What beliefs have changed in you? Feel free to reply here. Looking for you to share your progress to help inspire others. Have a fantastic day. It looks like it's going to be a lovely one. Just a few clouds coming in over the sunrise. See you tomorrow.